Hi, everybody. Brian Richardson here from LP Gas Magazine. I just got off a Zoom call with Steve Whaley. He's the Director of Autogas Business Development for the Propane Education Research Council. We spent about an hour talking about the autogas market, and we're excited to bring part of that conversation to you here. With PERC's strategic plan, autogas being a big part of that, can you talk a little bit about how PERC plans to grow the autogas market? I know it's always been an area of emphasis, but with that being part of that strategic plan
Sure.
recently and looking over the next couple years, how do you look to attack that market?
Well, the strategic plan is very clear. As a matter of fact, it's always sitting on my desk, so I can actually read it for you. The 2020 to 2022, that time frame, to grow the auto gas market through industry adoption, the development of certified applications, service networks, and the commercialization support of the applications in that market. So it's multifaceted, but it hinges on a lot of things. And one of those that you talked about in industry adoption is critical. So getting our own very powerful industry to power its own fleet with its fuel is not just common sense, but it's also critical for the right kind of evangelism that needs to go out. And this has never been more epitomized in a recent adoption of a fleet not far from me, and I can give you more details about that as well. But she was so all in that when she decided to put out to bid the infrastructure and fuel for her 7 new trucks, she mandated that whoever's going to bring me fuel has to have it in a vehicle that's running on propane too. And I just thought, yeah, I like this lady already. There's a real champion in there. But
Yeah.
it speaks volumes to our own industry adopting its own fuel.
I know you're working on some data projects maybe related to that, but maybe what do you envision as being some of the first steps to getting the industry to adopt fuel in its own fleet, and maybe involve some of the data that you've been involved in seeking recently?
Yeah, there's several facets. Benchmarking is one of them. So we've added some questions to our annual sales report for gathering the right kind of data now. As far as which fleets are using how many in vehicles, and so all that data is being collected and processed right now. And I'm looking forward to having those benchmark numbers soon. But we're also launching a new campaign. It's a Let's Talk series, and the first one was in July, and we're taking the 4 top vehicle solution providers to our industry owned fleet vehicles, which is the class 5 service truck crane setter type of vehicle, which is real popular for like a Ford F550, all the way up to the bobtails with the Freightliner custom chassis, the F750s. And so we've gone and had a sit down, if you will, with propane marketers and Roush, okay, for Roush to outline all of the new product offerings that they have on those vehicle platforms and where they're at with their customer service and support. We did the same thing with Alliance Autogas with an aftermarket biofuel system. Focusing a lot on customer service and support, because that's one of the barriers that we've faced in our own industry is, where do I get this thing worked on afterwards? We did the same thing with ICOM. What's the latest there for EPA and CARB certifications and being able to use propane in our own fleets. And then we concluded the last one with Freightliner custom chassis. What's new there, especially in the new engine platforms that they have, and how they have even, I loaded it on my system after the webinar. It's their FCCC app service app on the phone for setting up service and as well as tracking and ticket numbers. It's come a long way. And so the Let's Talk webinar series is a big part of the industry adoption. And we're going to continue with some case study information.